Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Hello and welcome to everyone watching the Senol NPL Victoria live stream. I am Aris Amatakos and I'll be with you for proceedings here at National Stadium for the round 11 clash between Hume City and Heidelberg United. Both teams looking to pick up where they left off last week as they look to secure their place in the top six, with both sides coming off solid wins in their previous league match. The home team bounced back from a back-to-back defeats with a much-needed 1-0 win away from home against Melbourne City, whereas the reigning champs are currently on a 2-game winning streak with an 89th minute goal from star signing Marcus Humbert securing all 3 points against Avondale last Friday night. The away side have played again since their victory at home last week, with their Doherty Cup fixture on Tuesday night against Yarraville ending in a 5-0 win, with Humbert continuing his fine goal-scoring form, bagging a hat-trick under the lights. Starting lineups are in, and for your home side, they go as follows. Chris Oldfield, who is making his 300th NPL appearance in goal, with Zahir Addis, Cody Cador, Braden Spink and Aaron Calver making up the back four. Steve White and Aidan Coyne sitting in the midfield double pivot, with Adisu Bayu, Birkin Kurtar, Chris Engelhardt behind the goal scorer from last week, Godfrey Debele up front. And for John Anastasiadis' men, unchanged from their win against Avondale, Yaron Souza, Fletcher Fulton, Ryan Lethland, Ben Collins and Anthony Theo. In defence, Anthony Lesiotis sitting behind Marcus Humpert and Asahi Yokokawa, Chokdao, Jay McGowan and Nick Duarte making up the front three. Substitute bench for the away side, Carlo Sullivan, Kieran Bramwell, Angus Taylor, Max Picetto, Ethan Sardellis and Ashton Bonsall. And for the home side, Taylor Shrivers, Josh Bingham, Damon Camilleri, Manub Addis, Frank Busa and Aki Tsukamoto. As a special introduction for the Hume City skipper, 300th league appearance for Chris Oldfield today. An amazing achievement. Been around the blocks from Melbourne Knights a couple of years ago, Avondale and Altona as well. As he gets an applause from the away technical area. The last time these two sides faced off at Naciel Stadium, it was a Bull Chuach first minute goal to give Heidelberg the 1-0 win, with Asahi Yokokawa getting the assist on that day. We're just about ready for kickoff here on this glorious Saturday afternoon in Melbourne's northwest, as it is a little bit blustery, wind blowing to the left of screen where the home side will be shooting for the first half. Both sides currently sit in the top four after an upset with St Albans beating Bentley Greens last night. It's going to be a big game. A lot riding on it. Both sides play exciting football. Both sides capable of scoring and scoring in a hurry. As immediately Heidelberg on the ball through Lesiotis, who coughs it up to Godfrey Debele, the goal scorer from last week, and Kurda plays it through for Debele, but Ryan Lethland coming across and nullifying any danger straight off the block. So uncharacteristic turnover from Lesiotis there, as the high press from Hume City work the treat on that far side. Coda Cador looking to bring the ball back into play. Braden Spink now tries to search the ball in for Coyne, but Lesiotis steps in front, gets away from Kurda, but coming in front was Coyne. Taking the ball forward, has Kurda on the far side and uses him. Back here for Engelhardt, who has been scintillating to start the season. Only the 2 goals on the stat sheet, but his influence on games cannot be questioned. And that is a man that Heidelberg will be looking to look after from a defensive perspective. Fletcher Fulton looking to have the job on him on that left-hand side. As Aaron Calver now clearing the ball upfield here for Engelhardt. And Fulton does well, winning the first true 1v1 duel of the day between those two, winning a throw, which he will take. You'd expect a game between two sides as highly talented as this to be a little bit cagey early on, as both try to feel each other out, but the ball forward for Debele from Adisu Bayu has Engelhardt, and he makes his way into the box and cuts it across, but Collins is there. Adisu Bayu making the run just a bit too far into the penalty area, didn't cut it enough, and the skipper Ben Collins stands so tall and reliable like he always does. But Hume definitely have the best of the proceedings very early on here. Speak now on this left side, inside for White, all the way here for a diss. Cutting in, trying to get the left full cross into the box, but brilliantly shut down by Jay McGowan, and Hume City have the first corner of the afternoon. Looks to be Burke and Kurda over this. We all know the talent that he possesses, the resume that he has. Very dangerous over a set piece, and we'll be looking to influence from one again today. Humbert covering the short potential option from Steve White. So he Curtis delivery, and the wind's probably the first example of the blustery conditions here at Naciol Stadium this afternoon. The wind just carrying that through over the crossbar. No trouble for Yared Souza. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams play it. Obviously Hume shooting with it in the first half. Maybe some balls in behind, trying to use the pace of Dembele over Disubeyu on this left-hand side. Whereas Heidelberg's back four are going to have to be very aware of that. Maybe drop off maybe 5 or so yards to account for the wind, but it is blowing a pretty heavy gale. There's Collins on this near side. Clears it straight up into the middle of the park, and it's a big 50-50 ball there, won by Fulton. Forward for Duarte. Back for Fulton. And Duarte now has Choctaw on the far side and uses him. The overlapping run is there if he wants to use it, and does. Duarte now, left foot ball into the box, coming across there, brilliantly cleared with a defensive header from Baden Spink. But it's still alive here for Choctaw. Brilliant footwork to get himself into the box. Cuts it across, and Aaron Calver just getting in front of Marcus Humbert there. So within a flash, Heidelberg, a couple of chances, really imposing themselves on the contest early. Throw down the line for Dembele, but couldn't quite get it under control as Lethlean sees it out for a throw. Hume, as mentioned earlier, looking to bounce back did bounce back last week from 2 back-to-back defeats, but started the season brilliantly. Apart from the 3-1 loss, the first game of the season at home to Altona, they went on a 6-game unbeaten streak. 4 wins, 2 losses, but a 3-2 loss away at Oakley ended that. But they do have the quality. They have been able to show that they can damage and can threaten some of the stronger teams in this competition. They are one themselves, currently sitting 4th. As the ball from Choctaw finds Theodoropoulos on this near side, but just about. And Collins and Lesiotis now can reset play out wide. And now Heidelberg with a foray forward, I should say. Duarte. Fulton, back for Lesiotis. The fulcrum in that midfield. We all know his resume as well as the ball on this near side. Ball inside. And stepping in front. Anthony Thayer now tries to slip it through for Yokokawa, who got the dummy from Humbert. Back on this near side. McGowan tries to slip in Yokokawa, but couldn't quite. And Disubeyu on this near side. Gets it back and can progress it forward. Dembele and Lethlean now in a contest, and Dembele does well. But Lethlean recovers brilliantly. Engelhardt, Humbert stepping in, doing well. Fulton stepping in front of Coyne, and Coyne wins it out. Engelhardt now. Space left by Fulton on this right-hand side. Chris Engelhardt cutting into the box, but the touch just gets away from him. Gets it back off Lethlean. Has a man on the edge of the box. Finds him, and the effort from Aidan Coyne well into the collection of trees over that left-hand goal. So a game played in transition, a game played relatively open for two sides of this much calibre early on in the season. You would expect maybe a little bit of a cagey opening first 15, but it has been nothing but that in the opening 7 minutes of the game. Souza, direct for Duarte, just over his head, and Calver looking to mop up. Back to Chris Oldfield, as mentioned, 300th NPL appearance for the Hume City captain today. That is a testament to just how professional he has been over the years and just how well he's been able to perform, as the ball from Adis just hitting the back of Disubeyu, and Dembele was almost in on goal there as Duarte searching ball, tries to find Choctaw, just runs out of real estate. Back on Chris Oldfield, just a consummate professional in his preparation a very well-liked character within the dressing room, within the league. And it's very pleasing to see him getting his flowers on a very special milestone as Englehart's ball over the top. Tries to find a Dishabayu, who does well to control it ahead of Anthony Theo. Big chance here for Hume. Cuts inside on his left foot. And a shot just fading on the outside of Yaron Souza's post to Dishabayu. Another example there of the wind. Those balls in behind, troubling the Heidelberg defence. And it was a Dishabayu on this time around, carving that chance on his left foot onto the outside. Bethlehem. Fulton. Chocked out. Back for Fulton. Good combination play, but stepping in front was Coyne and getting the foot in brilliantly. And Kurta now lets it run. Plays it through for a Dishabayu. Another chance. Can he get onto his left foot? He can! And the effort, relatively routine for Yaron Souza. But regardless, another big chance there. So Hayden Coyne already providing that tenacity in midfield, winning the ball back on a couple of occasions and starting some attacks. There's a ball on this near side here for Collins. Johnny A barking some instructions for his skipper, who plays the ball forward brilliantly here. For McGowan, his right foot ball into the box, all the way through for Choctaw. Can he get there? But coming in front was Engelhart and Kurta, and the ball in behind is on, but just didn't have enough juice on it for Debele. And Lethlean steps forward again, who has been very important in the opening stanza of the game, nullifying any potential forays forward for Hume, as Lesiotis now in the middle of the park. Searching ball on this far side for McGowan, who does take it down. Isolated with Zahir Dis and gets past him brilliantly, and the low-driven cross into the box. Coming through was Yokokawa, couldn't quite get his head on it, and it falls for Humbert in the box. And his touch just got away from him, and Aaron Calver there to clear again. Marcus Humbert scoring a hat-trick midweek in the game against Yarraville in the Doherty Cup, a 5-0 victory. Hume did have the week off after their Doherty Cup fixture in the last round ended in defeat to Brunswick Juventus on penalties. So ball into the box, cleared away by Spink, and Bayou does well, and Dembele couldn't quite find him on the return pass. But Lesiotis now stepping in front there was White. Bayou past Collins, back for White. Ball across here for Engelhart. Returning to where the ball came from, back through for Spink and Calver. Solid centre-half partnership that probably has performed a little bit better than what the stats suggest. Only 2 clean sheets so far this season. One came very early on to Bentley Greens at home, and the other one was in their last time out to Melbourne City as the ball through for Humbert. From Humbert to Dow, couldn't quite find the man, and the left lane's headed down for Lesiotis is nice. And McGowan on this near side has Yokokawa and uses him and tries to skip past the Hume City defender, but it was Braden Spink who did well on the initial challenge and did well to clear as well. An unchanged starting 11 for both sides, as Anthony Theo maintains his place in the starting 11 over Carl O'Sullivan, who has been preferred at times for Johnny A. 9 appearances, 8 starts, but does sit on the bench for this afternoon. High press from McGowan, as Adis does well to win back a throw for his side. Long throw, Debele, battling with Collins, Lesiotis and Lethlean work it out between them. And the pass back from Theodoropoulos. Debele does well to stick his foot in and get it through to Adisabayu, who gets it back from him. Lesiotis coming through. Debele is quite strong and does well. And Lesiotis masterfully wins the ball back for Heidelberg as the long searching ball up finds Choctaw on this left-hand side. 1-on-1 with Kota Kador. That's going to be an interesting battle all day as he tries to slip the ball in for Duarte. Controls it with his chest, says the referee. It's Calver looking to shepherd him towards the byline. Humbert and Fulton, and they're looking to reset possession. As the calls to keep the ball from Yaron Souza all the way back in the defensive half for Heidelberg. Lesiotis, left lane. Tries to search for Humbert, but Curta now on the counter-attack. Has Bay on this near side, but a diss all the way back to Chris Oldfield. Searching ball for Curta, who is in space. Coming through was Anthony Theo, who does well to get in front. And the first foul of the day for Jay McGowan on Sahir Adis. Passive press here from Heidelberg, trying to lure Hume into a mistake. Spink, and now the press intensifies with Yokokawa closing down Oldfield in goal, who goes long, left lane again with another header one today. He's imposing himself into this contest early. Lesiotis for left lane. Lesiotis closed down by Curta. And Dow gets it back to Lesiotis. Stepping inside brilliantly of Aidan Coyne. And the ball on the near side brilliantly for McGowan, who gets under control, and coming across was Adis. Flying slide challenge. Denying it out for a corner, with which Chock Dow will take on this near side. First corner for Heidelberg this afternoon is Dow's delivery. Short for Anthony Theo. Through for Lesiotis, who has some space on the edge of the box. Back out to Dow. The course to get it in from Johnny Hayes. The delivery isn't that bad. And it was Duarte who rose higher than anyone, but just not high enough. And Fulton for Humbert. Back for Lesiotis, who has been orchestrating all afternoon as he has done all year. Humbert on this far side, left foot cross is brilliant, and the flicked on header from Ryan Lethlane, inches over the crossbar. And he's been pivotal in defence and was quite nearly the difference so far in this match going forward. He is a threat from set pieces, he is a threat when he's in the box, and that was a perfect example of it. Beautiful flicked on header just over the crossbar, and Chris Oldfield was left to hope and pray that it did. The reverse fixture this time last year ended in a 5-1 win to Heidelberg in March of 2025. And the last time Hume City have beaten Heidelberg in normal time was 2021. It was a 1-0 win, and Josh Bingham on that occasion got the goal, who's firepower for Hume if they wish to use him off the bench this afternoon. Dow. Engelhardt doing some defensive work. Back here for Collins, the skipper. Every single minute of the season so far for Ben Collins in the league, as Yokokawa couldn't quite slip through Duarte. Humbert pressing down on Braden Spink. Johnny A nice and vocal early, as he always is. Barking instructions at his skipper that time, Ben Collins. As they look to go forward once again through Collins. Beautiful ball in between the lines for McGowan, and Duarte just couldn't quite get the ball from out from under his feet. Does now for Fulton on this far side. Can he get the ball into the box? Cuts it back, has Lesiotis and Duarte. They work it out between themselves here for Lesiotis. Back there for Fulton. Ball into the box is not bad, but Calver's there to get the defensive clearance away. Collins. Back through for Humbert, dropping a little bit deeper. Hasn't really been that involved so far this afternoon. Maybe dropping deeper, getting a few touches on the ball will get him into the game. It's Collins all the way back for Souza as the Hume defence pretty sturdy, forcing Heidelberg to go backwards, go forwards, and coming through Engelhardt, getting the important toe in there from the chalk Dow pass. But Dow here again. Lesiotis. Back for Collins. Left lane on the far side for Fulton. Almost game sitting at a standstill right now. It's Heidelberg just controlling possession, controlling the tempo of the game. Probably a little bit too frantic for their liking in the opening 7 or so minutes, as the ball from Lesiotis is brilliant for Yokokawa. And Theo on this near side, ball into the box is not bad. It was Duarte flying in, I think. He couldn't quite get in front of Braden Spink. Humber. Fulton. Right foot pass, brilliant for McGowan, who's floated onto this left side. As his left foot ball into the box is not bad, but there was Steve White with the clearance. And Heidelberg have well and truly got this game under control, especially in the last 5 minutes. Collins left lane and Lesiotis just dictating recycling play. Collins another carry forward into midfield, but this time the pass wasn't quite where he wanted it. And there's a man down behind play. It is Chris Engelhardt. And as his protocol, any head knock, any head issue, game does stop immediately. I did mention the last time Heidelberg last time Hume beat Heidelberg in normal time was 2021. But the last time they beat them in general was 2024 in the first round of finals, as we all remember, Hume winning on penalties after a 1-1 score in normal time. None of the penalty takers for Hume remain at the club, which is an interesting tidbit. Only one full season ago, really, about a year and a half ago. Whereas Ben Collins and Anthony Theo remain from Heidelberg of the penalty takers. We all know the quality that Heidelberg possess, and they are showing it now in the last 7 or so minutes, controlling the play. And Ryan Lethland has been superb so far today, I should say. And his 3.8 clearances per 90 so far this season indicate that it's not an anomaly. We all know the talent that he possesses. Brisbane Roar and Melbourne Victory player, second year at Heidelberg, and he's really becoming the perfect partner for Ben Collins in that back four. Clearly Johnny A is a massive fan of them both as the partnership, as a connection, and they've got 3 clean sheets so far this season. So they're looking to get another one here today. Chris Engelhardt is still down. Hopefully not too serious, because a man of his quality, we would like to see play as long as possible, because he has been on fire in the league, especially early on. The goal on his debut, we all remember that. And has continued to show quality throughout. 1.9 key passes per 90. Again, another indication of just how important he is to this Hume City team on that right-hand side. But he does have the licence to drift inside, occupy the number 10, number 8 positions at times, but he's a brilliant outlet as well if he does want to maintain his width. He looks to be up and ready to go, but there is a signal for a potential substitution. And the fourth official is getting ready for a change. Looked to be a head-on-head collision. Trying to read the body language, trying to read... It doesn't look to be in too much discomfort or too much distress, but the signals did indicate that there could be a potential substitution. He's calling for a drink of water, so... For the moment, Hume City will play with 10. There's Theo on this near side. This play resumes. Collins. Lesiotis. Fulton. Dow. Calver coming across. Slightly loose pass. Gave Dembele something to think about. But the ball in, cleared away by White. Curter. Goes for Dembele, and Engelhardt is back onto the field of play. So, momentary scare for Hume City, but he does look to be back ready to go. So no early change for Chris Engelhardt. He's back ready to go. Collins now. McGowan. That football inside for Humbert. Has Duarte on the Theo on the reverse pass and uses him rather. And coming through there was McGowan, whose pressure did lure Chris Oldfield into conceding a corner. Second corner for Heidelberg this afternoon. Third quarter for the game. Choctaw will go over to take again. 3 goal contributions for Choctaw so far this season in the 10 games that he's played in the league. 2 assists, 1 goal. Looking to get another assist maybe on his resume from this set piece. As the ball into the box is not bad. Left lane's there just over his head. Yokakawa was there at the back, just behind him rather, and couldn't quite influence. As the foray forward here from Coyne does well, Anthony Theo negating and stopping that counter-attack happening. Out for a throw-in on this near side. Aidan Coyne, ever reliable, ever so versatile. Played a right back so far this season, now sitting in defensive midfield, as he has done, and as he's more than competent at. Oldfield. Calver, White, Oldfield. Braden Spink now. The long ball. Theo coming across and winning the header brilliantly into the vacant midfield, which Lesiotis comes to retrieve and goes all the way back to his number 1, which receives a round of applause from John Anastasiadis in the Heidelberg technical area. Collins. For Souza, not with a lot of conviction, but got there regardless. Out for left lane on the far side. Dow. Let the ball run away from him. And Engelhardt, maybe the perceived pressure was enough. Aaron Carver on the ball now. We all know his resume. We all know what he's been able to do over his career and the experience that he brings into this relatively young in areas Hume City team. His centre-back partner, Baden Speak, only 20 years of age. So he provides the perfect partner as a loose touch there from Bayou, intercepted by Humbert. McGowan's pass couldn't quite find Dow on the far side. And Calvin now on the ball, closed down by Yokakawa. Fulton will bring the ball back into play. Lesiotis. Almost the perfect player to sit in that pivot in midfield, just behind 2 slightly more creative, slightly more attacking players, can control tempo, can dictate play, but can also put out spot fires if needed. And the underlapping run here from Theo is good as he cuts inside, but coming through was Coyne, and there is Lesiotis again, getting the important touch. Getting the very important touch there. As the ball was through there for Godfrey Debele, who did score in the most recent fixture against Melbourne City to give Hume City the win, as the ball there from left lane just skipping away there from Jay McGowan. They're going to look to get McGowan into the game as much as possible this afternoon, you would think. 10 appearances so far this season, 6 starts, 5 goals. 4 in the last 4 games. Joint top goal scorer in the league this season. Ironically enough, with Adisu Bayu. So it's a lot of firepower on this pitch this afternoon. Just ticking through the half-hour mark. And the game is delicately poised, waiting for someone to break it open as Kurta now on this far side for Engelhardt. Overlapping run for Kota Kador. Pressing down Chokdao, who's been forced into some defensive duties, and his pass is controlled by Humbert. Bayu has Adis on this near side, but couldn't quite find him. And another loose pass there from Humbert. Gives up possession for White. Kalwa and Spink in for Steve White. Kurta dropping deep to collect the ball. And his ball for Kota Kador couldn't quite be as accurate as what he would have liked. A couple of players on this Hume City team you would assume to have a bit of license to roam, in a sense, to exploit their creative assets. Engelhardt, Kurta, Adisu Bayu, as Debele challenge on Collins goes unpunished by the referee, and Adisu Bayu driving to the box, cuts it back for Debele, and shows it with a good save and cleared away by Lesiotis. And Collins protests to the referee, said it was all fair, and another big chance for Adisu Bayu on this left-hand side, and another chance where he probably would have scored or should have scored 8-9 times out of 10 with the quality that he possesses. 6 goals so far this season, joint top goal scorer of the league, I should say. Kurta. Loose pass, Humbert steps in front. Much to the dismay of the Hume City technical area. Kurta now going to look to deliver a better ball in, which he does. Adisu Bayu couldn't quite get it under control with his head, and McGowan's clearance into the middle of the park finds Yokokawa, who does well to play it back for Theo. Forward looking for Dow, but coming across there brilliantly was Braden Spink. And the ball stays in play. Collins just runs underneath the ball, but will get away with it as a touch. Gets away from Adisu Bayu on this left-hand side. Fulton just about keeps the ball into play for Chokdao. Gets it back through here for Lesiotis. Bethlehem. Souza. Lesiotis. As Collins, who has looked to carry the ball into midfield from positions like this so far tonight. It is something in his game that he is more than capable of doing. Collins. Gowan goes in the direction of either Anthony Theo or Mark Sumbert. Neither got there. And the linesman says that ball stayed in play the whole way through, and it doesn't look like it's going to go back out. And Godfrey Debele doing well to put the Heidelberg skipper under pressure, enough to the point where it could have been dangerous. But the man with so much experience, Ben Collins, we all know what he can do. We all know what he has done. He's formed a solid partnership with Ryan Leffland in defence, and has built up a very good rapport with John Anastasiadis all the way back from their Western United days. Lesiotis, beautiful 1-2 with Anthony Theo. Driving forward with metres of space as he tries to slip the ball through, but he was too heavy for Marcus Humbert. Spink gets it from Oldfield, who plays it back under a lot of pressure by Nick Duarte, who does well to force a rush sort of pass back out to the Hume City centre half, who sends a long ball up. Debele looks to step in front of Collins, but Collins does well, gets his head. Clean contact for Lesiotis and Theo, and McGowan does get it back and tries to search the ball out for Fulton, but in the way there was Engelhardt, who's been brought down by Jay McGowan, and will it be the first caution of the afternoon? The referee just has a stern talking to Jay McGowan. As the free kick is taken quickly. Zahiatis, Kurta, Bayou, White, Calver. You can just see in a flash how dangerous Chris Engelhardt is. All he needs is half a yard of space and he can capitalise and he can make something dangerous from it. White gets the ball back from his errant pass and tries to slip through Zahiatis. But couldn't quite find the man he was after. Anthony Theo, again in the starting 11 this week, as mentioned, unchanged lineup. It's only his third start for the season. Has been rather a relatively crucial player in the squad makeup of Heidelberg over the last couple of years. Looking to prove himself again today after a good performance against Avondale last Friday night. There's a ball from Engelhardt. Couldn't quite find Kota Kador. And Heidelberg looking to attack forward as a misplaced pass. Can Humbert get in there? He can. Enough to get the ball through for Dow, who gets it back. Marcus Humbert making his way into the box. Left foot effort across the face of goal! Inches wide, and much to the dismay of Nick Duarte, the referee and linesman in unison say goal kick. I think Nick Duarte did assume they did get a touch, but the referee and linesman disagree. So another chance in the game caused from turnover, caused from a lapse in concentration in midfield perhaps, where a counter-attack at pace can occur, exploiting space left. And Adis now gets a long ball brilliantly and tries to flick on header. And Anthony Theo sees it out for a throw-in, which Zahi Adis will take. The Sri Lankan-born international, 5 appearances for the Sri Lankan national team. Not the only national player we have playing today. Obviously Kota Kador, 5 appearances for Lebanon. Marcus Humbert, while no national team appearances, did get called up to the under-23 squad for Australia not too long ago. Shows the talent that he has, shows the talent that he's on the pitch. And it has been shown in part so far this afternoon. Some glimpses of brilliance, glimpses of magic from either side, looking to create. Disobey with a couple of chances. Marcus Humbert just before Ryan Leflin with the flicked on header at the near post. Probably the best chance for Heidelberg, maybe the best chance of the afternoon. Ejoka Kawa battling there with White. Adisa Bayu skipping past Theo, but it was the body or the ball, not both. And Anthony Theo let the ball go past, but did not let Adisa Bayu go past. And in turn wins himself a throw. So maybe the old adage, ball of the man, not both, does work. Humbert takes down on his thighs. Back for Anthony Theo, does well to skip past Birkenkurto's long ball. Maybe looking for Nick Duarte, who would drop deep to maybe impact the throw. But it goes all the way back for Chris Oldfield. who hasn't really had a lot of saves to make today, but doesn't mean he has been under pressure at times. There's Adis cutting inside, just turning the ball over, but a big play there from Aiden Coyne. Does well to win the ball back, and the ball over the top for Kota Kador. Fullback versus fullback, and Kador does well to get onto his left foot. Can he get across into the box? He can. Hits right into the back of Chris Engelhardt, who does regain possession, turns onto his left foot, and the ball all the way to this near side for Disabayu. Back for Adis. Crossed into the back post. He's not bad, but Yaron Souza, ever so cool, calm, reliable, doing enough to take possession, claiming the cross. And the loose pass from Yokokawa, who has not really been able to impact in the game this afternoon. Sees a throw in for Hume. Isai Yokokawa, all games this season, very much part of John Anastasiadis' clear first 11. 5 goal contributions, 2 goals and 3 assists, and did get a hat-trick and 2 assists against Hume in both fixtures last year. So although he hasn't started particularly well this afternoon, his track record indicates that he can and potentially will have an impact regardless. As the ball in between the lines for Chris Engelhardt here, who continues to drive forward into some space, and the ball was just about through for Disabayu, but stepping across Collins again was brilliant. And McGowan and Humbert can combine. Referee plays advantage, which Humbert obliges on taking, and it wins the throw off Birkenkerder. Theo will bring the ball back into play. Chihuahua looking to flick it on. Yokokawa did use his hand, and the referee was not blindsided that time. Does give possession back for Hume. There's a ball from Calver for Coyne. Couldn't quite take it on the half turn. Just behind Kota Kador, who another one of these Hume City back 6, if you include the midfield double pivot, who have been versatile enough to play multiple positions. Kota Kador deputising at both fullbacks so far this season, but looks to have secured his place on the right-hand side of the back 4. 10 appearances so far this season, so has played all games and has impacted in most of them, as Debele now inside here for Kerdar, who gets it through for Engelhardt. Big chance! Beautiful finish! Chris Engelhardt with his 3rd goal of the season. Makes no mistake, you cannot give a man of his quality that much room. He will make you pay. And the home side take the lead in the shadows of half-time. For all we have praised the Heidelberg backline so far today, and midfield with Lesiotis, giving a man of Chris Engelhardt's quality that much space, that much time on the edge of the box, just can't do that. He will make you pay, and he did. And the Mexican-born player proving his quality once again. Now, what will happen for the final 5 or so minutes in this first half? Do Heidelberg look to put the pedal to the metal in a sense, looking to maybe get an equaliser back, or is it damage limitations? There's the ball back here for Lesiotis. Closed down by Debele. Fulton winning the throw of a combination of the goal scorer Engelhardt and Birkenkerder. Over the head of Calva, wide over his head, cleared away, unorthodox by Braden Spink, but it works. Collins throws a Disabayu off the floor, onto the floor, off the ball, which the referee did see eventually, and we'll have a strong chat to the Heidelberg skipper. Maybe a little bit frustrated at his side's performance so far in this first half. Nick Agati, the Hume City gaffer, very adamant in his protests. And we'll be looking to come off now. Ben Collins, maybe with a blood-related issue, maybe bleeding from the nose there. So for the moment, or for the time being rather, Heidelberg will be playing with 10 men, unless he can get patched up quickly. So they will be playing with 10 for the time being, as Lesiotis, Theo, sitting in the centre half position for the time being. Back out here for McGowan. But Disabayu getting the important touch in there, but good footwork from McGowan, skipping away from Debele. As it seems like Yaron Souza is waiting for his skipper to get back onto the field of play before restarting the game, which is not a bad tactic, if I do say so myself. He's a very important player in the build-up of Heidelberg's attack and their kind of middle third game. Theo's first time reverse pass, tries to find Duarte, coming through there with Spink. Forward for Disabayu, couldn't quite get it under control, and Humbert gets it to Lesiotis, who's looking for maybe Dow on the far side, goes slightly backwards for Fulton, who does use Dow. Isolated with Kadur, as the fourth official indicates 3 minutes minimum to be added on in this first half. Lesiotis, closed down by Kurta, but gets away from him. Collins now, with a bit of space. Lesiotis closed down by Debele, just in his rearview mirror, or in his blind side I should say, and does get the ball off him, and breaking forward here was Aidan Coyne, who does win himself a free. A shirt tag indicates the referee. Very industrious Aidan Coyne. Fantastic ball carrier. And he's treading a fine line with the yellow cards. 4 yellow cards so far this season, and we all know what happens when the 5th one is brandished. So Theo wins the header. Down for Adis. Dispossessed Humbert. Gets it back from Duarte, and he's brought down relatively rash by Zahi Adis, and the referee will go to his pocket in the shadows of half-time. And by the looks of things, Zahi Adis' challenge on Marcus Humbert does earn himself a yellow card. Back-to-back yellow cards for the Sri Lankan international. His first start last week earned himself a yellow. And his second start this week has earned himself a yellow again. Theo just skipped away from a Disabayu, but does well to impose himself physically for McGowan to get the ball back, but stepping in there was White, whose long ball over the top for Debele. If he can get clear here, he's one-on-one with Souza, but Collins and left lane work it out between themselves masterfully. And a slightly late challenge there from Debele makes left lane earn that retainment of possession. As Heidelberg will have a throw on the far side. If not long to go in this first half. Lesiotis down with Fulton, who's turned over there for Engelhardt, and Hume now. Maybe one last chance, perhaps, to put a misery compiler on the reigning champs. Kurta takes it down. Back for Calva. Searching ball into the box. Souza Had to reach behind himself, but did well enough to claim it on the whistle for half-time. And it is Hume City, the home side, with the lead into the main break. Chris Engelhardt in the shadows of half-time with a beautiful left foot finish into the bottom corner. Yaron Souza stood no chance. And the reigning champs find themselves behind away from home. And Hume looking to make it back-to-back wins after back-to-back losses. Half-time here at National Stadium. Hume City 1, Heidelberg United 0. We're just about ready for kickoff here in the second half as Hume City lead Heidelberg United 1-0. Chris Engelhardt's beautiful left foot strike in the 42nd minute has given the home side the lead. No changes from either side at half time, as Heidelberg will need to change some things into this second half to get a bit more impotence going forward, to get a bit more proactive going forward. They have had a few chances, but it has been Hume with the lion's share of the good chances. Obviously the Engelhardt goal, a couple of chances for Adisabayu as well, who did get onto his left foot and trouble Yaron Souza at times. And apart from a Ryan Lethlean kind of flicked on header at the near post from a second ball, Heidelberg really haven't had a lot of big chances. Chris Oldfield really hasn't been able to, or hasn't been challenged so far this afternoon. So the onus is now on Heidelberg, who will be looking to attack more into the second half, looking to get the ball into Yokokawa, into Chokdao, maybe up to Duarte a little bit more. And what will this lead do for Hume's mentality? Do they keep on keeping on? Do they try to hold back a little bit more? Because Heidelberg have had a few half chances, just haven't been able to really connect that final pass, as the referee and linesman call for a foul on Jay McGowan. No card brandish. I think it was Aidan Coyne perhaps who brought the winger down, and maybe it's a set piece that can get Heidelberg back into the game. Very dangerous area as Ben Collins pleads his case to the referee. I'm assuming asking for a card, which would have been a real momentum shifter potentially at the start of the second half. But it's going to be Marcus Humbert over this set piece. 21-year-old. His 10th appearance this league season. Over the set piece. Delivery not bad. And it was Duarte who was there, rising highest again, but couldn't quite get the header. And it's cleared away for a corner. So Heidelberg pressing early, showing some intent. It's Humbert now taking the free kick, taking the corner. On set piece duties from that side as the left footer with the in-swinger. The wind has died down a little bit as it's down for short for Chokdao rather. And left foot crossed by Humbert, blocked immediately there by Birkenkerder as a header back into the box. Lethlean couldn't quite impact the contest there as Collins with a clear shove into the back of Kota Kador. And despite the protests from the technical area of the home side, no card brandish there for the skipper of Heidelberg, who is on 3 yellow cards for the season. So it is not out of his kind of a repertoire in a sense. Oldfield looking to bring the ball back into play from that free kick. And as mentioned just before, the wind has died down. So in the first half, it was very breezy towards the left-hand side. So Hume at times were able to get those balls in behind, get the wind to carry it, whereas now they have sort of, or the wind has sort of eased a little bit. So now Heidelberg probably won't be able to get that advantage. It's the first time ball there from Aidan Coyne. Tries to find Godfrey DeBella anyway. And Adisabayu now has the overlapping run, ignores it, goes onto his right foot, gets past one and draws the foul. And a card is shown to Anthony Theo. And a very dangerous set piece for Hume. Adisabayu again, really causing some issues there for the back four of Heidelberg. 6 goals, 1 assist so far this season for Adisabayu, who scored a brace against Oakley not too long ago, joint top goal scorer of the league. As it's going to be Birkenkerder and Steve White over this set piece in a little bit more dangerous area, I should say, than from what we saw from Marcus Humbert only moments ago. Got the right footer of Kerder, the left foot of Steve White perhaps. A very tall wall, Lethlean and Collins both in there. Souza occupying a middling position. So it looks to be Kerder over it. Hits it straight into the wall. Ryan Lethlean in particular gets back onto his left foot. Another effort blocked by Anthony Theo. Left lane looking to see the ball out, maybe a tug of the jumper. Referee says no, Curto over it. And leaves it for Sahiadis. So Birkenkerder with the assist for Chris Englehart's opener. Now moves himself to 5 assists for the year. And that is top of the NPL Victoria leaderboard, showing his quality in abundance. Here's Birkenkerder, 2 goals as well. So 7 goal contributions so far this season in 10 appearances. As a Disubay now on this left-hand side, gets onto his right foot. And again, dinky cross into the box. Lethlean's clearance only as far as Dow, who does well to combine with Fulton, but couldn't get the ball back to Dow as White's back here for Calver. Here for Cador. Has a run of Engelhart, goes for him. Lesiotis is there, and maybe a shove in the back. Referee says yes. Chris Engelhart looking to get into another dangerous position, but Lesiotis, as he has done all year, and in the years previous as well, getting back. There's a left lane now. We're going to carry the ball forward with a long ball. The wind just picked up there a little, so Dad did carry a little bit more. Duarte and Calver. Calver does really well, and maybe that wind a little bit too much for Ryan Lethlean. There's Nick Duarte. 4 goals so far this season. Spent time with Central Coast Mariners in the A-League. At the Wollongong Wolves before then. He's had 3.3 shots per game this season, but has not been able to fire a shot, meaningful shot anyway, so far this afternoon. Does that maybe have something to do with the service that he is getting, perhaps? Because it has been a little bit lacklustre from a Heidelberg perspective, considering their lofty standards that they set for themselves, which is fair enough, the reigning champs. Playing scintillating football, just haven't been able to quite find it click so far today. As Fulton does well to get the ball off Engelhart for Dow. Has the overlapping run from Yokokawa, ignores it, tries to find Duarte, but again the service to the number 16, unable to be precise enough for him to get an impact on the game. As a counter-attack now for Adisubayu. Anthony Theo chasing, but Adisubayu now onto his left foot. Does he want to cut it to his right? He does. Does get a yard of space, right foot effort. Not a lot of venom behind it, as Yaron Souza easily claims. Perhaps a cautionary start here for Heidelberg. The last time they went on to win a game from conceding first was their opening game of the season against Green Gully. They went behind early and they managed to get the 2-1 win. So they will need to replicate that today. 10 games on. It's going to be another set piece here for the home side. Curda over it again. Maybe looking for his 6th assist this season. Dow the one-man wall. Gets past him. The flicked on header is in! Aaron Calver! Precise as you like! Right into the side netting, and the home side have doubled their advantage. His 2nd goal of the season, Aaron Calver. And who would have thought the big centre half, with the all-important flick on, Souza grasping at thin air. Couldn't get a finger, couldn't get a palm. And now Heidelberg have it to do in a big, big way. Their 5th time this season conceding 2 goals or more. And there looks to be a double change occurring for Heidelberg, which we will get confirmation of any moment now, you'd assume. As Lesiotis now on this near side. Dow, Fulton tries to reverse pass for Humbert, but just runs out of real estate. Hume doing well to frustrate, to press, to close down the creative talents of Heidelberg. Humbert really hasn't been involved. Yokakawa hasn't been involved. As a dueling shirt tug there goes ignored by the referee. And Dembele's beautiful ball through for Engelhardt. Lesiotis has it to chase here. Chris Engelhardt maintaining his position on his right foot. Lesiotis sliding in there, getting a very important touch. Picture perfect slide challenge there from Anthony Lesiotis. Had to be precise and was. As Humbert now on the counter-attack. Has the overlapping run, ignores it. Inside for Duarte. First real chance of the afternoon. Nick Duarte on his right foot. And just the near post, Chris Oldfield probably didn't need to see it out with a fingertip, but did enough just in case. Out for a corner, which Marcus Humbert will take. Humbert's delivery. Uses the wind to carry it all the way through. Lethlean was there. And couldn't quite get any meaningful touch on it. And if he did, it could have been an all-important goal back. As the double change, perhaps triple change. For Heidelberg, it will be Max Bassetto, Kieran Bramwell, and Carl O'Sullivan. To get into the game. Chalk Dow for Bassetto, like for like. Fletcher Fulton for Kieran Bramwell. And Carl O'Sullivan for Anthony Theo, who is hobbling off with a little bit of a limp. So hopefully that is not too serious, whatever that is. So a little bit of a formation change, perhaps personnel change. Marcus Humbert looks to be deputising in a left fullback. Max Bassetto onto this left-hand side. And it will be a dual strike partnership of Kieran Bramwell and Nick Duarte. So the firepower is on. As a long ball up, Duarte couldn't quite compete. Lesiotis in for O'Sullivan with his first impact, or first involvement of the game, I should say. Ball over the top. Beautiful. And the cross into the box. Back here for Yokakawa. Can he get it ball into his right foot? He can't quite get the ball from out from under his feet. And now O'Sullivan has it to do now against two Hume City players. Back out for McGowan inside the box. Curter doing well, combining with White. Ball forward for Adisabayu, who does well enough to get the ball through. An advantage is played by the referee as the ball through for Dembele. Now, getting support through with Engelhardt and Adisabayu. Godfrey Dembele isolating Collins here onto his right foot with the effort. Souza palming it away brilliantly. As he's been very busy in this second half. As O'Sullivan looked to take it forward now with a long switch out to this near side for Duarte. Misjudged by the goal scorer Calvar, and a very industrious challenge there from both players. As the energy has just lifted a notch or two. Heidelberg looking to get back into the game. Johnny A wasting no time with the changes. Humbert down for Bassetto. Push off the ball. As Curter looking to pick it up. Leslie does well. Lesiotis does well through for Bassetto. It's the clearance from Hume. See it back out, but now Heidelberg looking to pen Hume back in to this 18-yard box, maybe 30 yards out from goal. Lethlean and Collins now, O'Sullivan. His 10th appearance in his first season for Heidelberg, coming over from Treaty United in Ireland. The Irish-born player does win it back here and combines with McGowan brilliantly. And a ball can be played into the box here for O'Sullivan if he likes. Goes down and referee waves it away. Perhaps a lack of sufficient contact. The referee's justification for that might be. Oldfield bringing the ball back into play as it holds up in the wing, just away from Chris Engelhart. Left lane. O'Sullivan. Collins. Back for left lane. Humbert. Ignores the pass of Lesiotis. Back here for his centre half. As O'Sullivan picking the ball up now. On that far side for McGowan. Has Yokokawa in space and uses him. Steve White looking to put the defensive pressure on. The ball into the box. He's not bad. Big impact there and cleared away. Not sufficiently enough as Humbert's sliced effort goes wide. And it looked to be between Kieran Bramwell and Chris Oldfield. The referee has waved that away. And both players down. Hopefully nothing serious there. The Heidelberg technical area not happy with the no penalty decision there. Looked to be a coming together perhaps, but the referee has waved it away as Chris Oldfield has made his way up to his feet and looks to be in relatively good spirits, well as good of spirits as you can be, likewise with Kieran Bramwell, and they share an obligatory in a sense maybe handshake or acknowledgement that they're both alright. It was a fair contest. As it will be a goal kick off the slice Marcus Humbert effort. So Heidelberg, since going behind, have been looking to press, have been looking to impact themselves or impose themselves into the game. Maybe the three subs by John Anastasiadis has led itself to that as Bramwell stepping in front there brilliantly was Calver. Left foot effort up the line, brilliant for Adisabayu, and it does stay in play, and he has space to move now. Adisabayu isolated with Collins, but Collins does really well. Doesn't give away the foul, holds Adisabayu up, and allows the cavalry to arrive in the name of Carlo Sullivan, who does well to set out for a throw-in on the far side. Inside for Adisabayu, combines with Kurtar, but Lesiotis skipping in front brilliantly. Or it was O'Sullivan rather, and draws the foul. So the intensity is up, the tempo is up from a Heidelberg perspective, and it has to be. They're two behind, with time maybe not becoming a factor right as of this second, but will be very shortly if they don't get a hurry on in making their way back into this contest. As Basetto now. Humbert, back for Basetto. Does brilliantly to skip past the challenge. And again through Calvo, who goes to ground. Basetto showed to the corner. Closed down by Kota Kador. That's going to be a throw-in. "64 minutes played." As a referee in two minds, but doesn't eventually give the throw in to Heidelberg as a throw in from Humbert. Lands itself on the edge for Basetto, who sliced effort at the back post. Can he find a man? Almost there was Jay McGowan. So a slice shot almost into the perfect cross. But it was Braden Spink who did well. Engelhart gets it off the Humbert header. And wins a throw in as a fourth change for Heidelberg. It'll be Jay McGowan making way, and on coming Angus Taylor for his third appearance off the bench. So the full cavalry has been deployed. 4 changes within 10 minutes of conceding the second. Johnny A taking no chances. Taylor, Bramwell, Duarte, Basetto, Yokokawa. That is a plethora of firepower in the front third, I should say. As Lesiotis is balling behind. First real chance here for Angus Taylor to impact the game. Crossing to the box first time. Cleared away by Calver. On the edge for Yokokawa. Gets onto his right foot. Gets across into the box. Spink with the clearance. And has fallen on the edge here for Lesiotis, who might hit it. The cross to the back post for Humbert. Maybe not a bad option. Can he get it across the face of goal? He can't. Coming through his Oldfield. To make sure no danger was caused from that one there. So the script of the last 25 or so minutes looks to have been written. Heidelberg probably going to be the team who are going to be attacking more, looking to put the home side under pressure. Lesiotis strong in a tackle there. Curtis does well to retain possession as he plays it forward for Aidan Coyne, who has Calva and uses him on this near side. Brings it forward. Engelhardt. Just there for Kota Kador. Reverse pass was on. Humber getting the important foot there. And imposing himself physically, winning the ball back. Basetto's in there. Lesiotis and Aidan Coyne. Brilliant 50-50 challenge there as the ball falls for Humbert. Referee says play on. Marcus Humbert tries to slip it through for Kieran Bramwell. Unable to as Calva looking to take the ball forward and does with ease. Past Basetto and Humbert. Back for White. Back for Coyne. Curta. Calva breaking through again, but Humbert coming across brilliantly. Combines with Yokokawa to win the ball back out for O'Sullivan on the far side. Has Angus Taylor wider if he wants him, ignores him. Out for Yokokawa. 1-2 with Lesiotis is brilliant. Inside for Duarte, tries to flick it through for Bramwell, couldn't quite. And now the counter-attack could be on. First time ball in behind from Curta is brilliant for Godfrey Debele. Flag stays down. 3 Heidelberg players to beat. Godfrey Debele isolated with Collins, but couldn't quite get any meaningful touch under it and has gone down behind play. So Hume will be defending with 10 for the time being as he remains down behind play. Taylor back for O'Sullivan. Collins left lean, ignores him. Lesiotis instead has the run from Basetto and uses him over the head of Kota Kador. Basetto, brilliant touch inside, gets into the box, but Oldfield still sprightly at 35 years of age, off his line brilliantly. And on instruction from the technical area, from the dugout, the ball will be kicked out of play as Godfrey Dembele maintains a forlorn position behind play. Hopefully just cramp. He did pull up after that effort, which was cleared away by Ben Collins. But regardless, it will be a substitution. Josh Bingham will be introduced into the game. So like-for-like change. Dembele off, Josh Bingham on for Hume. He does have history against Heidelberg. Got sent off in their finals game a couple of seasons ago in the 120th minute. So while we won't play 120 here today, it would be less than ideal if that was to repeat itself. As Curta now picking the ball up. Skips past Yokokawa and the ball brilliantly behind for Engelhardt. Souza in 2 minds. Eventually does come and clear. Not confidently, but does the job. And there will be a 5th change for Heidelberg. It looks to be Marcus Humbert making his way off the field, the April rising star for the NPL Victoria League. And oncoming Ethan Sardilis for his 4th appearance of the season will be looking to deputise, maybe not deputise, but replace, I should say, Marcus Humbert at left fullback. Strong challenge from Basetto, which the referee waves away. Curta still protesting his case on the floor, but Coyne stepping through brilliantly and playing it outside here for Kota Kador. Can he get across into the box? He does. Brilliant ball in, left lane's there. And anywhere will do right now for Heidelberg. Headed over the crossbar, and as you can see, Godfrey Debele making his way over to the home side dugout. On the 70th minute here, Hume will have a corner. They've already capitalised from a set piece in this half. Can they do it again? It was Kurta over the set piece, which led to the Aaron Calver goal. It looks to be Steve White over this one, the left foot in swinging delivery. Short for Kurta. Back for White, ball across the face. A collection of legs, gets it to the back post. It falls here for Coyne, couldn't quite get any meaningful impact of it. Kota Kador now gets past Lesiotis. Back here for Engelhardt. No man you'd rather want in that quarterback role from this position. Steve White now. It's a direct ball up to Bingham, who flicks it across the face. And Sardellas, with his first involvement in the game, gets it back up only as far as Bingham on the edge for Spink, who couldn't quite get a shot going forward. As it cleared all the way back for Ethan Sardellas, for Chris Oldfield, I should say. Oldfield's direct ball up. For Bingham, but it doesn't manufacture into anything meaningful as it comes out for Calvar, who heads it back only as far as Lesiotis. And the ball skips all the way out for Braden Spink, whose ball was brilliant for Adisabayu. And O'Sullivan has some work to do, but Adisabayu does well. Gets onto his right foot. Has a big target man to locate if he wants in Josh Bingham up front. Gets it back from Steve White as they work themselves back into a more composed game state, in a sense. Trying to sap the energy out of this game, trying to sap the energy out of Heidelberg and coast, in a sense, through to this last 20 minutes. Long ball up. Bingham tries to impact. Collins does well. Whose claims for offside go unrewarded. Sardellas on this near side, left lane. Lesiotis. Sardellas has Bassetto. Ignores him. Back for left lane. Yokokawa. Sardellas. Lesiotis. Beautiful ball inside for Duarte. Inside for Lesiotis. Skips away from Engelhardt. Through all the way there for Angus Taylor. He couldn't quite get any meaningful touch to get it under control. There's another goal kick for Hume, who will look to settle the pace of the game down a little bit. Just over 15 minutes to play. Heidelberg will regain possession from a free kick, which Collins obliges in restarting. Sardellas' first time ball up for Duarte, couldn't quite read it. Bassetto does get it, Aiden Coyne. Sizing frustration as he couldn't quite get the clearance away. Lesiotis takes it under control. Tackled by Kurta. Infringed, did Kurta, says the referee. As Lesiotis now will look to deliver. We've already seen them be a threat from set pieces and from crossing situations this afternoon when Ryan Lethlean is there. It does go in his direction, over his head, and cleared away by, looks to be Aaron Calva, out for a corner kick, which Max Bassetto, by the looks of things, or Asahi Yokokawa will take. As mentioned, Yokokawa got 5 goal contributions in 2 games against Hume last season. Can he provide a bit of magic from this set piece? Has O'Sullivan short, which he looks to be ignoring. Ball into the box, he's not bad. Rising there was Duarte, falls here for Collins, and it looked to be his own man getting in the way here in Bramwell, and the counter-attack now for Calva, short now, which he does use for Engelhardt. Chased by Lesiotis. Brilliantly tackled there by Angus Taylor, and the referee waves that away, but his ball inside for Bramwell was not clean enough. And Engelhardt, brilliantly done again by Lesiotis, showing his class there as Duarte looking to skip past Kota Kador with a bit of tricks. Does earn himself a throw. Collins. O'Sullivan. Heidelberg have been controlling the tempo ever since they went 2 goals behind, but it has not been enough to get themselves back into the game. Left lane. Collins. Relatively loose pass from Basetto, but finds left lane. Sardalis, left lane. Collins. So it looks to be Angus Taylor and Max Basetto swapping wings ever since the latter, or the former I should say, made his way onto the field. As here is Basetto finding O'Sullivan. Cutting inside brilliantly. Making his way into the box, getting onto his left foot, but goes with the right foot instead. And the cross is blocked, and now Hume have the numbers for the counter-attack. Curter uses White, forward for Bingham, who can drive now the defence of the Disubayu now central. Tries to skip inside Collins, but Lesiotis working with his skipper to ensure that doesn't happen, as the ball inside for Duarte, who's dropping deep, and sprays it for Angus Taylor. Driving using the space. Sardalis beautifully cut across there by Kota Kador. As the home side will be looking to make a change, Chris Engelhardt, the goal scorer, will make way. And it's coming on number 17, Munib Adis, on this right side. Sardalis' throw, Duarte appeals for a shirt tug when ignored. Left lane. Collins. O'Sullivan. Back for Souza. Frustrated at the lack of movement from his front line. As they maintain possession, they maintain a stranglehold on the tempo of the game, but have not been able to convert that into chances. Basetto. Lesiotis. Or O'Sullivan rather, in for Bramwell, now for Lesiotis. Short ball for Yokokawa, couldn't quite find Bramwell on the return pass. Calver's header, only as far as Taylor. Down for Bramwell, chests it down brilliantly. Yokokawa into space, now wide for Basetto, big chance! Onfield comes out brilliantly, and the rebound off the crossbar, and it's in! Kieran Bramwell forced it into the back of the net. And the mountain has been started to climb. His first game back in the squad since round 3. His 4th appearance and his first goal, Kieran Bramwell. And now all of a sudden Heidelberg with the momentum and only one behind now. Now the complexion of the game has changed in a big way. Ten minutes to play. How do Hume react to that? How do Heidelberg react to that? They've used all of their changes. All the cavalry has been used. There's a ball in midfield all the way back for Zahir Adis. Ball on this near side. Calva couldn't quite. Adis, Munibatis making his way from the bench. 2-0 in front. Now all of a sudden it's 2-1 and Heidelberg with all the momentum. He probably didn't have this in his plans when he was introduced into this game. Oldfield's long ball up. Sardellis is there, lets it bounce, headers it away, but the flag is up for offside. Lethlean. And now all of a sudden the momentum and the control that Heidelberg have had in this game for the last maybe 15 or so minutes now looks to be more threatening. They found their first. And you can't overturn a 2-0 deficit without scoring the first, as the ball from Duarte finds Yokokawa and the ball brilliantly sprayed on the far side. And the ball from Taylor couldn't quite get past Zahir Adis rather. And with 9 minutes to go, 8 minutes to go, the Heidelberg fans in the far corner, who flag the foul and will get it, have found their voice. Asai Yokokawa now over the set piece, and now it is getting more and more dangerous by the second. Momentum's up, energy's up. And a set piece with the aerial threats of Kieran Bramwell, of Ryan Lethlean, of Ben Collins. It has gone from comfortable to dangerous in a flash for the home side. Yokokawa's delivery. Not bad to the near post, flicked on! Oh, so close. Was it Angus Taylor off the bench? Hasn't scored this season and was so nearly on the score sheet in a massive moment. Oldfield's clearance. Adis with the header. And again, finds Bingham, but Lethlean, no nonsense, getting it away. Coyne. Down goes Bramwell. Referee waves continued. Basetto. Yokokawa turns inside brilliantly, and Aidan Coyne couldn't do enough to not allow the foul, and another set piece for Heidelberg. 7 minutes to play. Yokokawa's delivery. Not bad to the back post. And cautionally cleared by Aaron Calva, as the pressure is well and truly up on the home side. They've got 6 minutes to see themselves out for a 2-1 win. Yokokawa's delivery again. Shallow this time. Through for Bramwell, but Adisubayu does well. But brilliantly tackled, recovered by Bramwell. Ball into the box is not bad. Calva's clearance again. And a hurried, rushed, ineffective clearance is another corner for Heidelberg, as a double change for the home side is imminent, and by imminent is happening right now. on-coming Aki Tsukamoto and Taylor Shrivers, and off-coming the dual left-sided pair of Zahir Adis and seems to be Burke and Kurta, actually. So a central midfielder on. So almost like for like changes. Kurta, Tsukamoto play relatively similar roles, and Shrivers and Adis as well. So it's going to be O'Sullivan over the set piece. Driven cross. Bramwell's there. Cleared away by White. Tsukamoto now the furthest man forward for Hume, but O'Sullivan does well. Combines with Lesiotis to get the ball back into their hands. Taylor drops inside brilliantly over Disabayu. Lesiotis. O'Sullivan. Dinked in brilliantly. Left lane still there. Heads it down straight for Bramwell. Can he get the ball from out from under his feet? He can't. Back out onto the edge now. Referee plays play on Nicholas Duarte. Much to the dismay of the dugout for the home side. Lesiotis' ball inside is brilliant. Big chance here for Taylor. Can he get back onto his right foot? He can't. Forward now onto the edge. Hit by O'Sullivan. Blocked by White. Calls of handball by the away fans. Not obliged upon by the referee, and the referee will come over and have a word to the dugout of the home side. Lesiotis at the base of the attack. O'Sullivan. Basetto with the flick forward, and it's a big chance down into the box. Shokakawa, can he get there? But just runs out of real estate. And Aaron Calva, ever so professional, seeing it out. Oldfield over it. In the shadows of stoppage time. Heidelberg with all the momentum, but are still behind on the scoreboard as Oldfield's long ball up, Bingham down. Lesiotis is unorthodox. Clearance forward. Cador only as far as Duarte. Basetto does brilliantly. Imposes himself physically and wins the throw. Sardellis, left lane, and Collins, who have had plenty of possession between themselves this afternoon. Lesiotis turns onto his left, plays it with his right for Duarte. Our wide for Sardellis. Can he get the ball into the box? Closed down by Tsukamoto. Ball across right into the hip of Kota Cador. Back for Lesiotis. O'Sullivan dropping into a central position. Has a man out wide, ignores him, goes shorter for Collins. Collins with the effort, and it's deflected, and it's bounced in front of the rebound. Brilliantly saved by Chris Oldfield. The swerving effort from Ben Collins bounced just in front of the Hume City goalkeeper, and on the second effort, managed to keep it out. We're nearly there, says John Anastasiadis. He believes in his side to claw back a 2-0 deficit away from home. And they've got all the momentum to show for it right now. Sardellis' header. It's closed down by Tsukamoto. Basetto all the way back, and the foot left in there. By Aki Tsukamoto. His 9th appearance of the season. Lesiotis. 4th official ready to show how many stoppage time minutes we will have. O'Sullivan. Collins. Urgency needed now for Heidelberg. Lesiotis. Basetto. Back for left lead. They can't rush it, but they've got to be proactive now. Collins. Dinked ball into the box. Basetto chests it down brilliantly. Lesiotis! Name in lights just over the crossbar as the fourth official indicates a minimum of 5 minutes to be added on. They've got 5 minutes to save themselves, Heidelberg. And the home side have 5 minutes to hold on. Oldfield to retake. Brilliant save to deny the Heidelberg skipper. Moments ago, as he does get it forward now, Ben Collins. Ball tries to find Bramwell and does. Inside for Duarte, has been brought down. He has been on the very edge of the box inside the D. And now, talk about big chances. Talk about flashpoint moments. A minute into stoppage time. Many men over it for the away side. Lesiotis departs, and it looks to be Nick Duarte over it alongside Asai Yokokawa. Man lying underneath the wall in case they jump, as is commonplace nowadays. Nick Duarte to save Heidelberg. And he inches wide. So close to being a hero. Didn't think it was far enough out to go up and over, so went low and had Chris Oldfield praying that it went to the right side of the post. And it did. And how nice of the referee to give the milestone man a card on his special day. Happened to be of a yellow variety, but if they see out the final 3 minutes, I don't think the Hume skipper will care one bit. Bingham now with the header. Forward, a disobey now. You don't want to be isolated with him back towards goal. Sardellis as well. Souza flicks it up to himself and clears the ball as the sun sets here on Naciel Stadium. Collins. Lesiotis thought to go out wide. Ignored the man Basetto on this near side, and they go on the far side. O'Sullivan driving forward now. Not long left. Sardellis. Left leans up there, and the ball goes towards the run of Carlos Sullivan. But it is being seen all the way out for a goal kick. Oldfield launches it long. Bingham given the task, as he has done since he's come on, and wins it, but only as far as O'Sullivan. The flick on from Bramwell was in the path of Duarte, but couldn't quite get it out from under his feet. Basetto relies on the bounce, but Kota Kador does brilliantly, and does it again, and wins the foul. Brilliant 1v1 win by Kota Kador. Time now a massive factor. 90 seconds. Under 90 seconds even. 60 seconds. One more foray forward maybe for Heidelberg if they can get possession quickly. Bingham again set the task. Bounces just ahead of him. Tsukamoto does well, but Lesiotis Kador does even better. The flicked on header from Makai Tsukamoto only as far as a Heidelberg defender who clears it upfield, but a disobey now for White, who just goes to the corner, and Souza will be the man there, and this is it. Last chance for Heidelberg. John Anastasiadis urges his men to go forward, which they oblige. 2 men, defensive side now for Heidelberg. Long ball up, flicked on header. Oldfield comes, Oldfield claims. And wouldn't it be fitting if he was the man to have the final say in his milestone match? Launches it long. They would have to be absolutely perfect from here, Heidelberg. Referee says play on. Bassetto on this near side has to win this contest. Cador sees him behind. Lesiotis now launches it up. Yokokawa there. Steve White stepping in front brilliantly and winning the ball and clearing it away. The referee looks to his watch. Can't be long left now. Lesiotis' long ball up for Lethlean, who wins the flick on header. And Oldfield sees it and sees it into his arms. And as the referee counts down for Oldfield to take it, his slightly butchered clearance only as far as Bassetto. He does win the header. Maybe there's one more chance for Heidelberg. Duarte's header. Back for Cador, who clears it upfield. Anywhere will do. Bingham given the task to chase and does. And wins it. And holds it up. And the whistle goes. Delight for the home side. What a 3 points this is for Hume as they go above Heidelberg. Equal on points with Heidelberg on the ladder. Chris Engelhardt with the first half strike. Aaron Calver with the beautiful flicked on header in the second half. And Kieran Bramwell made it tense, made it nervous. But it was the home side who saw it out in the end. Crucial 3 points. What a game of football at Nacional Stadium. The fans have been treated to a brilliant 90 minutes of football. As the dust settles, frantic game of football comes to a close as the home side get all 3 points. Hume City 2, Heidelberg United